Hello, my friends. Sabrina Barella here. It is October 24th, 2017, and I just wanted to document a few things on video today because today is my 37th birthday, and I'm celebrating today. I'm taking some time this afternoon to take myself to the spa, to relax, to make myself a nice dinner. For those of you who know me, I know on camera or when I'm in social situations, I seem like I'm very much an extrovert. But the truth is, I'm an introvert by nature, which means that I really recharge being by myself. And I always go into this reflective space around my birthday, also around New Year's a bit, but really around my birthday. And it's all about reflecting on, where was I? Where have I been? What have I overcome? And of the things that I'm doing right now, what am I doing right? What do I want to do more of? What do I need to stop doing? What do I want to do less of? What do I need to do to get to where I'm going? And I also do a lot of looking, a lot of, visioning and dreaming of where I'm headed, and what I want going forward in life. And I'm very intentional. I'm very intentional about that. I'm intentional about what I want in every area of my life. And I believe that, life is a roadmap if we let it be. I know there's a balance between letting things flow and going with, where life is taking you, but there is also something to be said about setting your vision. Are we going to San Antonio or are we going to New York City? Knowing where you're going is the key in getting to your goals and getting to your dreams. And I think the thing that we don't necessarily need to know or where we need to go with the flow is that maybe life might dictate the path that we take or the easiest or best path for us to get there. I look at this past year, this has been one of the most impactful years of my entire life. And that is because things in my life have completely changed from where they were. October 24th, 2016, I was stuck in a cubicle. I was at a job which I did not like at all. I was very unhappy with. And it wasn't because the people were bad necessarily, but I just didn't fit in there anymore. There was so much negativity going on, and it just, like I say, if you got any sense of me, I'm like, there's no place for that in my life. I despise negativity. I don't like to touch it with a 10-foot pole because I know the effects that it literally has on our bodies and the effects that it has on our vision and where we're headed in life. So I stay away from that like the plague as much as possible. But, I just look at it's so easy to look back in hindsight and to connect the dots. But I look at all the decisions that I was making. I look at the intentions that I stated on my last birthday that I wanted my life to be totally different today than where it was back then. And it totally is. I quit my job. It didn't happen right away. Obviously, it took about 6 months after my birthday, but I quit my job in April. I have two companies now that I'm both hugely passionate about what I do and how I get to help people in each one. And my social circle has so completely changed. I've been very aware of that my entire life, that each time that I have a shift within myself, that everything in the world, shifts around me. And that's just how it is. That's how it happens. And often one thing that I've realized is that my ability to really fully embrace whatever the next chapter of my life is and all the amazing things that are flowing in is directly tied to me releasing the fact that there are things and there are people even that may have been such a huge part of my life up until that point. They may have been a huge point for a chapter or even a few chapters of my life, but that in the new chapter that I'm building, the new puzzle that I'm putting together, there's just no place for them. There's no place for their energy, for what they have going on. And it doesn't make either of us right or wrong or good or bad. It's just that we're just going in different directions. And being able to embrace that and, you know, grieve for it if it was a relationship that really meant a lot to us. You know, I have a lot of people that will stay forever in my heart, and I will always love them, but they're not a part of my future. And that sounds harsh to some people, but there are certain things in our life, certain habits, and certain people, unfortunately, that can become part of the baggage that we carry if we're not careful. And the sooner and the easier we're willing to just release that baggage, the faster we can move forward with momentum towards what we're actually going for. And you know, I've always looked at my life. I've looked at the future that I envision, all the big, you know, the big things that I want to do. I mean, I've always felt from a very early age that I was meant for a very big life, but I didn't know for a long time what exactly it would look like. And I think for the first time in this last year, I'm really starting to get a picture of how incredible and how incredibly big my life is actually going to be. And it's taken a lot of faith. It's taken a lot of courage to overcome the fear or just to move forward in spite of the fear. Um, you know, there are still moments to this day, you know, there are certain situations where I'm like, I have no idea. I have no idea how things are going to turn out. But I know in my gut that I need to take this step, that I need to reach out to this person, that there's something that needs to be said, you know, within a community that I just need to say. And I've learned definitely to trust my intuition. And even when I don't understand it, or when I don't fully, you know, I don't understand the step that I'm going to take, but I take it in faith. And one thing that I can tell you for sure is that every time I've really listened to that voice inside and taken a step to do something, it always turns out well, you know. And sometimes you don't see the manifestation of it right away, or sometimes, you know, something might happen and another person on the other end could have a negative reaction to it. But in the long term, it always ends up just working out. You know, I expect life to work out. I expect to be successful. I expect to have amazing people come into my life. And it's, you know, I think my life, if I had to say anything in 37 years, it's really been a process of learning to trust. And so, you know, I look at it as my job to really, you know, to hold the vision, to have the dream, but not necessarily to maybe insert the people that need to be, you know, that I think need to be inserted, or you know, the particular home, the particular location even. But I hold the space for what I want, for, you know, the fulfillment that I want, for the impact that I want to make, for the legacy I want to leave. And I've really learned to trust that life, that God, that the universe just has my back, and that I need to, or I shouldn't say I need to, that the more that I really trust, the more that I listen for the cues from my intuition and I act on them, and then I put the work behind it. You know, I'm not sitting around passively, you know, waiting for everything to come to me. I'm taking action. I'm doing things to build my businesses. I'm reaching out to people who I need to reach out to, and making connections where I need to. But I'm a very big believer in you know, there's a saying about when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And boy, have I had so many teachers show up in my life in the last year. You know, not all ones that I necessarily wanted. But it's really been beautiful, and it's gotten me to a point I can truly sit here and say to you today that I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for life. And I just want to thank all of you that have been a part of it. And I'm so grateful to every single person who's been a part of my life up until this point. And even those that are not going to be continuing with me into the new chapter, or maybe those that exited, you know, they could have exited several chapters ago or a long time ago, but I still know that every piece of my life, every person that's been a part of my life up until now, and those that will be a part of my life in the future, are all part of just this beautiful, amazing life that I live. And I'm so grateful. And I am the person that I am today because of every single person and every single experience that's been part of my life up until now. So yeah, so I just, happy birthday to me. If it's your birthday, I know I share the same birthday with at least one or two other friends, and I just, regardless of what day it is for you, where your birthday falls in the year, just celebrate yourself. Celebrate every year. Celebrate the victories. Celebrate the pain. Celebrate the growth, and celebrate your dreams. And don't ever be afraid to go after them. If I had to say one thing, just please trust life, trust that things are working out in your favor, and take actions today, regardless of what anybody else says, to go after your dreams. Mwah! I love you all.